Our last clue was the Boxer Codex, illustrations of ancient Filipinos from 1590 and confirmed in history, but that gold has been found in archaeology now. Welcome to 100 Clues. The Philippines is the ancient land of gold, known as Ophir in the Bible and history. No, it's no fable, and this has already been proven in full in the God Culture's Solomon's Gold series. At the request of many viewers, we have pulled out 100 clues from this research in which we will highlight briefs of the most compelling points. And yes, there are over 100. These videos are for those who have not had time to watch Solomon's Gold series, and they make it easy to share to friends and family, especially skeptics. This brief video cannot replace that 50 video series, nor prove the way that it does, but this will be very effective nonetheless. So go there for the full evidence, but now part 5 of our series 100 Clues. The Philippines is Ophir, one clue at a time. According to the Asian Society, when Filipino worker Berto Morales was digging on a government irrigation project in 1981, he literally struck gold. But what he found that day was worth more than its weight. He had uncovered evidence of a lost civilization. Could you imagine that? Maybe we should all be doing more looking around the Philippines. Most objects trace back to the kingdom of Butuan, a still scarcely understood civilization centered on the island of Mindanao. Now, this is trying to box the narrative in. We don't like this, but we'll read it. That rose to prominence in the 10th century before mysteriously declining in the 13th. But it took more than 7 centuries for the objects to be found, and once they were, they wouldn't be seen in the West for another several decades. I'm not sure why it matters whether they're ever seen in the West, to be frank, but we'll keep reading. This reference ignores the Boxer Codex, which illustrates these rare pieces being worn by peoples on Luzon, in Visayas, and in Mindanao, not just in Butuan. So no, it's not a narrative specific to Butuan, though that is where this find was, and though the Butuan area is a hotbed for archaeology, that is for sure. Gold is always factored into the history of the Philippines. Did you read that? Always. And that is actually literally true, we will prove. A country still estimated to have as much as $1 trillion worth of untapped deposits, that's of gold, beneath its surface. There you go, yet another confirmation of this fact.
Sa paglipas ng mga taon, ang mga sinaunang ginto na nahukay sa Surigao ay nauwi sa kamay ng mga dealer at palihim na naibenta sa mga maperang kolektor. Ang iba ay napunta pa nga sa ibang bansa.
Some of these gold objects had found their way in European collections already.
Men and women both wore jewelry. Actually, the men...
Si Dr. Florina Baker ang dating direktor at curator ng Gold of Ancestors ng Ayala Museum. Sa tansya raw ng mga eksperto, ang makalaglag pangang gintong nahukay ni Berto ay hinubog noong ika-10 hanggang ika-13 siglo. Ibig sabihin, ginawa ang mga alahas 300 taon bago pa manapadpad si Magellan sa Pilipinas. Ani Baker, marami na raw siyang nakitang hukay na ginto o o archeological gold mula sa Pilipinas, pero walang hihigit pa sa kasalukuyang exhibit.
Nothing of this scale and magnitude and magnificence has ever been seen.
Isuot ang sacred thread para madama ang bigat nito.
Itong tinatawag na sacred thread, ang pinakaimportanteng pyesa ng gold collection ng Ayala Museum. Halos 4 na kilo ang timbang nitong gintong sablay. Wow! Uy, napakabigat. Uy, magkakakalo ka nito. Ang bigat.
Wow! Can you imagine? People actually wore that sacred thread. She hunched over as soon as she placed it on her shoulder from the weight. Just as we covered in the last clue, these were handed down for centuries, so no, they cannot date gold. They cannot say the Surigao gold that those pieces, which were likely handed down for many centuries, are dated to 1000 to 1300 AD because you cannot date gold. They have no such process. That is unscientific. Now, granted, they're trying to date it by other things, perhaps pottery and other things found with it, understandably so, except for they are ignoring this ancient tradition, and you cannot do that. They are assuming based on other items and not taking into account these pieces, especially being passed down for centuries. They make it sound as well as if Butuan emerged in 1000 AD. But that again ignores the finding of 80-foot-long ships in Butuan, dated back to as much as 300 BC. They do not realize it, but they are uncovering the ancient land of Ophir. They will, in time, give them some slack and give them time to come around. And look at these pieces, pictured from the Surigao treasure compared to the Boxer Codex. Is this Tagalog barangay captain not wearing a sacred thread? It's a match and unmistakable. And is his dagger handle not the same as was found in the Surigao treasure? Another match. Look at his belt of fine gold also found in the Surigao treasure. And finally, the Sheba collar, likely, much like the Egyptian Sheba collar, mind you, likely made in Cebu, we'll talk about that later, also found in the Surigao treasure. And here is this couple wearing all of these things back in 1590. For centuries, many scoffed and laughed this off, claiming to be scholars. However, now the scholarship is finalized, full circle, and this is fact. And anyone not accepting this as fact now is really no scholar at all. Notice, this was not found until 1981. You will find this as a recurring theme. Why? The Philippines is awakening because it is time for it to awaken. We'll cover that. Yahuwah God has not forgotten his people. Just wait till we get to the biblical case for Ophir, because that alone will blow your mind. We're only dealing with the gold at the moment, and that's it. As we keep saying, there is no debating the Philippines is the land of gold in all of history. No one can debate that. After just 5 short videos, there really is no doubting that the Philippines is the ancient land of gold and no one else qualifies, nor does anyone else have this history. And we've hardly even started this series yet. It is time this knowledge be restored For those about to comment in ignorance, yep, we always get them, we dare you. Go watch Solomon's Gold series by The God Culture, the original channel to prove the Philippines is in fact Ophir. Even here, we are breaking these into sound bites and clear points, but watch how all 100 clues tie together in history, the Bible, science, geography, language, etc. And this series will blow you away. Thank you for watching 100 Clues. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to click the bell. If you wish to skip ahead, go to the God Culture YouTube channel and watch their Solomon's Gold series in English or Tagalog, now available. There will also be a link on the next screen. We can know this truth and be confident. This belongs to the Philippines and no one else. And this is why no one can disprove this. Until next time.